Okay, boys and girls, for today we're going to learn what an array is, and we're going to do an activity that is helping us create an array, right? So we've been working on multiplication problems lately, and we're gonna create arrays to show multiplication problems, and I'm going to show you what that means. Okay, so let's look at the first part, array. So an array is used to show us a multiplication problem, and it uses rows. Remember, rows go side to side across. And it also uses columns. Columns go up and down, right? Okay. Let's look at this example that we have here. I have the example 2 times 3. And I always like to make the first number our multiplier, right? And remember, multiplier means how many groups we're going to have. And that's going to be our rows, side to side. And our second number is our multiplicand, and that's how many is going to be in each group, right? And we're going to say this is our columns, up and down. Okay, now let's look at creating an array, right? We're using an array to show what 2 times 3 looks like. And we'll just use dots. Okay. Grab my marker real quick. So we need 2 rows, so we'll draw 1, 2, right? And we need 3 columns, so that's how many is in each row, right? In each group, in each row. And then once we put our 3 in each of those rows, right, we could fill them in if we wanted to. Let's count them while we fill it in. 1, 2. Now let's add them all together, right? Okay. And when we're adding them together, we can color those in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we had 6 dots all together. So, and if we remember what multiplication is, it's basically just adding how much we have all together, right? Adding our groups together. And this would equal 6. So we have 2 times 3 equals 6. Okay, now that we know what an array is, which is just a way to show us a multiplication problem using rows and columns. And we know that our multiplier is going to be how many are in each group. That's going to be our rows. And our multiplicand is our second number. And that's how many is in each group. That's going to be our columns. And this is what an array looks like. We're going to do an activity and where you guys get to make your own arrays. Okay. So we have 6 different problems, multiplication problems, and each one has a little sticky note inside, right? You're going to look at our multiplication problem. Remember, our first number is our multiplier. That's how many rows we're going to have. And our second number is our multiplicand, and that's how many are going to be in each row, okay, our columns. And you're going to use this really cool hole puncher. We're going to be careful with it. We're not going to be silly with it. We're going to be big kids using this hole puncher. And we're going to create our columns, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then how many are in each column? We're going to create our rows, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 rows. And 3 need to be in each row, right? Let's see if we can do it. I'm going to do this one with you. I'll show you how it's done. We need 4 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4. And how many are in each row? 3. 2, 3. I'm going to do it again. 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. Okay. Now, let's add up how many holes we punched all together. It should be 12. We're going to put this back in the box with its problem, and then you're going to write in the answer. Okay, so 4 rows, 3 columns. We added all 4 rows and 3 columns. When we add it all together, gives us 12. Okay. Now I'm going to ask you guys to work quietly, independently, and I'll put the timer on and we'll see how far we can get. Okay. and then we'll go over it with each other, and we'll ask maybe a couple of you guys to show us what you came up with.